Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price right now. As last night we saw a test of 45,000 US dollars amidst the news that the European Union was banning unregistered wallets, cold storage, going against decentralization, right? But then we saw a bounce, no 4-hour candle confirmations as we always look for here on the Snipers channel, which is why I didn't get a video out as soon as we breached below 45,000. Instead, we actually took a long position for those in our Discord group below 45,000 at 44,800, which has hit all profit targets. Not a surprise. Make sure to move those stops to break even. But everyone's looking at this chart for Bitcoin, breaking out of its ascending triangle, now testing the previous resistance as support. What else is important? Well, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart today broke out from a major resistance. We've been waiting for this. That's another big confirmation in the macro that Bitcoin is still headed higher and has not found its final destination. Now, could we potentially see things slow down with the S&P 500 today closing below its 20-week moving average for its weekly candle, looking very bearish, at least in the immediate short term? I'm going to talk about exactly what to expect for Bitcoin because things look extremely clear. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, Snipers, if you support this content. Let's dive straight into the charts. So far, and by the way, we did get our monthly candle close with the body above 44,800 last night. That is exactly what we wanted, another strong confirmation. But let's just go straight into the 6-hour institutional time frame to look at what happened last night when we tested 44,800. We came down just as expected, so the major level, didn't get any 4-hour candle confirmations below that level, and then bounced. We rejected the weekly open at 47,000 US dollars, and so now we're stuck in this range with a support of 44,800, a resistance of 47,000. If we break out from 47,000 US dollars or the weekly open as Snipers, get ready for Bitcoin to see 50,000 US dollars. I'm going to continue to put the bullish scenario on the table because the revolving parts are still in the favor of Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, today we even got a stronger confirmation with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, seeing a very decisive bullish continuation breakout candle from this market structure that it's been following over the last few months. This is a big deal. Institutional capital is not just going into Bitcoin right now. It is showing confidence in the cryptocurrency market by also going into Ethereum, which is now above the major resistance at 3454, potentially ready to enter price discovery. Keep that in mind because we'll talk about that in just a second. But Bitcoin right now, everything's looking good outside of the Bitcoin price. In the micro time frames, things might look like they're slowing down, but everything looks good. So we break above 47,000 at this point. That would be the earliest confirmation that we're going to be seeing the test of 49,700 because this is the range resistance. And so it's not a coincidence that weekly opens right at the midpoint of this range, but 45,000 and 50,000 is where Bitcoin is moving sideways right now. And so let's just assume that maybe we see things slow down and we do not continue to see green weekly candles as we have been seeing for the S&P 500 over the last 2 weeks, because we are closing right now in 3 hours unless something changes below the 20-week moving average for the S&P 500, which means we have to put the potential scenario of Bitcoin coming below its 20-week moving average on the table for this weekend, where the weekends are the most manipulated due to CME futures being closed, which would mean it would get below 45,000 and then potentially test 42,000. So here's what we have to say. If that's the case, that we potentially could be moving sideways between 50,000 and 40,000 over the next few days into the next few weeks, this right here could potentially be garnering massive opportunities for altcoins. Because let's say Bitcoin does come to test 42,000 and then we see a move back up to 50,000. Even a move back up to 44,800, just this move alone for Bitcoin could move Ethereum into new all-time highs based on how the revolving parts are looking. That wouldn't be a surprise with Luna recently forming new all-time highs. We're seeing altcoins actually form new all-time highs. Over the last 2 weeks, 2 top 50 coins did. So let's just say we move sideways. If that's the case, the opportunities are in altcoins. If at any point we get back above 47,000 where this weekly open is this weekend, we could be seeing manipulation to the upside, not the downside. But I do want to say that there is a scenario now that we've got our long trade, we took our day trade here, we got the bounce we needed, we got the percentage of profit. It wouldn't be too odd for us to come back here. And now, instead of just breaking out from this major resistance at 45,000 that we rejected 4 times before finally conquering it, we might just be comfortable with this zone price action may decide to eat time off the clock around this area and maybe build up more volume and accumulation here from retail. And all of this, I would say, is on the table just because of how the S&P 500 is closing. But outside of that, Bitcoin dominance breached below all of its daily moving averages today. And that right there is huge, at least the 50, 100, and 200, which are the significant moving averages. Just as predicted, following the gold to Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin dominance coming down is a very strong sign that institutional capital is starting to also flow into altcoins. So now we can actually assume that the altcoins outside of Ethereum will soon follow by seeing strength breaking back inside of this market structure. This is now the last puzzle piece to watch for altcoins, because now we can talk about even other altcoins like, let's say, Polygon, Terra, some of these layer one protocols, Solana, starting to see new all-time highs, Cardano, right? So it looks really good. Everything is still on the side that in the medium to long term, Bitcoin could have potentially still have bottomed out here. We may see sideways price action through this weekend, just based on the S&P 500, how it's closing, but that would be totally fine. That would garner opportunities, as a matter of fact, for capital to flow into altcoins, especially if we see a continuation of the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart showing strength. Ethereum to US dollar pairing, as we predicted, already breaking above 34.54. It is already in the zone of 4,000. It's ready to move to that level, and then potentially even further up, especially since it's showing strength. The next resistance is 4,000 for Ethereum if we get above 34.54 with hourly and 4-hour decisive confirmations. But even if we see sideways price action here, I wouldn't be too concerned. But just keep in mind right now, things are looking really good. And despite the narratives that come out in the media, right, the European Union is saying that they want to go completely against decentralization. They want everyone to register their wallets. They want to have an idea in their hands in everybody's business. It is what it is. Let's just hope the US doesn't follow and follows the right path of freedom, prosperity, and the power to the people, right? Decentralization. So with that, that is all I believe I have to cover, snipers. I didn't get that video out last night because of the fact we didn't get a 4-hour candle confirmation. I even responded to the comments that got on the video right when it happened and said, hey, relax, we haven't gotten the confirmation. This is actually the time not to panic, to take a deep breath and realize Bitcoin just tested a major support level. The S&P 500 was up 0.33%. Nothing odd going on there. DXY wasn't going crazy. Nothing was worrying me. I was like, let's take this long position. First test, as we always like to do. But if we get that second test, there is a potential we come down to 42,000. For those that took our low-risk swing trade in the Discord at 39,000, 42,000s that make it or break it, I wouldn't be dispersing any of that position, especially if you have a large position spot from 39,000. I know that was a swing trade. We have not hit all of our profit targets for that position. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be taking profits until we see 50 to 60,000 at least, because of where we're expecting this breakout to eventually lead us. But it doesn't look like Bitcoin found its final destination. We are seeing a little bit of 6-hour sell pressure. I didn't go into that, but nothing too crazy to assume it has reached the final destination. The positive here is that Ethereum to Bitcoin just broke out. That was the confirmation we were looking for. Confidence is coming back into the market and things could resume into price discovery. And that's all for today. Thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel today. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content. I appreciate each and every one of you tuned into the channel. YouTube.com/snipers, the #1 cryptocurrency technical analysis on the internet. And our Discord, by the way, is discord.gg/profits. If we break below 44,800, I will get a video out. I do not believe that it's on the table just yet, but it is potentially there because of what happened to the S&P 500 so far. Things could change by the time you're watching this video, but it looks like we've got the clear print so far. And I just want to quickly mention the S&P 500. I just don't like this weekly candle close that we're getting. And so that's why I will say that I am cautious into this week, and I don't know if I'll take another long position at 44,800 if we come for a second test, just because of how this weekly candle is closing, which does look like a potential top, or maybe we come down, test the monthly open, and that would be all garden variety market behavior. Regardless, I would expect Bitcoin to outperform as it has been over the last few months. And so if we break above 47,000 with decisiveness, 4-hour and hourly candles, I'll get another video out as well, because that's a confirmation above the weekly open. We're ready to test 50,000. So the range that we're currently in, support of 44,800, a resistance of 49,700. So support of 45,000, a resistance of 50,000. We move and chop sideways in that range. That's the most bullish case right now. If we even come down to 42,000, there's still a bullish case. It just means it might be a little bit longer. We might have to exercise more patience. And with that, we break above 50, by the way, that's where momentum's going to come in again. Until next time, snipers.